What's up, YouTube? This is my client Imana, and we are going to be doing a simple brow cleanup for her today. What we're going to be doing is first starting off by trimming her brows just very lightly. These are my favorite scissors of all time. They're tweezer scissors. They just really take minimal hair. They have a super short blade on them. We want to just go along the hairline and just comb the hairs into place and just take off what's too long. Before beginning any type of eyebrow threading, what I'm going to be doing is applying a translucent brow powder. I love RMCA, especially for beginners. That's a great go-to. That protects the skin, creates a little bit of a barrier between the skin and the thread. As you can see, the first thing I'm going to be doing is going right to the underneath of her eyebrows. She has proper hand placement, and we're going to start from her nose, going into her arch, and then moving down towards her tail. And the most important thing is when you're sliding along that hairline, of course you're going to be removing the thicker hairs first, but you really want to be cautious and curve around her natural hairline and making sure that you're not cutting off that tail or making it too short. Once you've completed removing the hair closest to the brow line, what you're going to do is slide the client's hand down a little bit more just to expose that lid, almost where she's going to apply eyeshadow, and just gently in fluid motions remove all that excess hair. This is where your brow powder really comes into play. If you need to apply more, you can do so at this time. And this is a little trick that I use. As you can see, Imana is actually just holding with her top hand. This is a really great trick, especially for beginners, to really allow the thread to lay flush against that area, especially when your clients may have a little bit of a deeper set eye. This will ensure that you get a super crisp line from the beginning of the brow all the way into the arch. Okay, so now we're going to be working the top of the eyebrows. So what I always do is comb all of the hair down. This allows me to really expose that top line so I can see exactly where I'm working. I'm actually going to be upside down on this side of her eyebrow, and this side can be a little bit difficult, especially for my beginners. So if you are new to threading, what I would suggest is as you're working, you want to make sure that you're coming around and looking towards the front to make sure you're not taking anything off. You want to make sure that this area is worked slowly to ensure you're not taking too much off and you're not leaving the top look too pointed. So moving right into filling her eyebrows in. My favorite thing to use is any kind of brow powder, something that's mineral based. This is a deep brunette. I'm working from the outside of the eyebrow to the inside of the eyebrow. And this way you can really honestly fill eyebrows in any way that you want, but this way I can really ensure a really nice blended ombre look. As you can see, the spoolie is your absolute best friend. If you have any harsh lines, you're going to want to buff and make sure that you can really see the hair through the product that you're going to be using. That's going to make sure that you keep it as natural as possible. You don't want it to cover anything up. You're really just looking to enhance. And now you can see I'm working the top of the eyebrow too. You want to make sure that you apply powder there. And I'm using the same technique that I used when I was threading. Make sure you comb it down and really work the top of that eyebrow. Now you're going to comb in all directions and you're going to blend it all the way through, making sure you're not applying too much product. And you can see I'm almost not even dipping back into my powder. I'm just blending whatever's left on my brush to the front. It's really easy to get carried away too much when you're brunette. You really don't want to have any harsh or boxy lines, especially in the front. So in this last step is brow highlighting. This is my absolute favorite step. It's not necessary, but why not make her brows look extra fabulous? So what I like to do is take a flat square brush and in a windshield wiper motion, move along the brow from the front to the end, blending down. And then I actually just love to take the warmth of my finger, and that allows the product to really melt into the skin. You really want to make sure what you're doing when you're highlighting is you don't want to have a crazy amount of contrast between the client's skin and the cream highlighter. You just want to make sure it seamlessly blends down into her eyelid. And now you can see Imana's right side is undone and her left side is finished. And now let's take a look at everything completed. Wow, her eyebrows are so beautiful naturally. Threading them just a little bit and adding some powder to enhance it with that highlighter just completes the entire look. So I hope you guys learned a couple tricks and tips along the way and hope to see you next time.